January, 13 gray whales have washed up on the shores of San Francisco Bay, and almost 60 have washed up on the entire west coast. This is highly unusual because normally populations of gray whales are very stable, so this makes this a pretty serious issue. Today, I'll be talking about the 2 reasons why these whales are dying. But first, I'd like to start by saying that I volunteered at a marine mammal hospital for 3 years, so I've seen firsthand how changes in species like this can affect entire ecosystems. So, the 2 reasons I'll be discussing are starvation and ship strikes and how those 2 go together. And first, I'll be starting with the starvation aspect. So, gray whales make a migration from Baja, California, all the way up to the Arctic every year, and then back to Baja. While they're in the Arctic, they have to store up on nutrients and food so they can make that migration successfully. Unfortunately, due to factors like climate change, those food sources have diminished greatly, leaving them with far less nutrients that they need to make the migration. Once they reach San Francisco, they find an abundance of food, but at that point it's almost too late because their bodies are so weakened by the travel that they've already covered. The second reason is ship strikes. So that's pretty obvious, I think. Whales and other species interact with objects that we have like human objects in the ocean. So staying in the bay longer to recover the nutrients that they lost makes them way more vulnerable to the ships that are coming and going from San Francisco. So that leads them to be like way more in the path of those ships, and that's how they get hit and they land on the shores of San Francisco. And when they show up, we see that they not only have like blunt force trauma marks, but also a thinner blubber layer, which is due to the lack of food. So at this point, I hope you all understand a little better how these factor into the death of these whales. And even though 2 reasons might not seem like a lot, it's already taken 60 lives, and it could still take more.